Well, hello everybody. So, I see Joe Chaffee's going now as well. This is meteorologist Andrew Pinero with this is the usual weather podcast time, but because of September 11th, I did not do any videos yesterday, so pushed everything to today. Weird thing is normally I would have the game stream starting on Tuesdays and then Wednesdays the weather podcast, so you'd think pushing everything back. Except game stream today. Tomorrow will be a special tropical update. All right. So interesting name I chose as well. So we got Games and Storms Live, Florence and VR edition. What I will be doing, there's gonna be a weird audio switch in the middle too. I do have the VR headset. This is the Oculus Rift. I left these earpieces on, so I'm not going to be using this over top of here. This actually has a microphone in it, but I do also have on the side the Yeti microphone that I normally use when I'm sitting at my desk. Those got tangled. There's a lot of wires here, so tangling is probably going to happen. All right. Oh, I think I forgot. I don't know if I could change this while it's live. Let me see if I can. I think the delay is slowed down a bit. Here we go. Oh, yeah. I forgot to set normal latency versus low latency. Alright, well, at least we're going. So I do have a couple of things. And again, mostly this will be about Florence for the weather stuff, and then the VR stuff. Alright. Alright. So let me see if I can pull up a couple things here before I take my feed down a little bit. As quickly, I just don't want to go over a little bit of weather in our area. But we are going to talk about Florence right after. So I got the radar up. So let me fade. Ooh. I wish this would not. This would actually switch. It's supposed. There's a option I think for a swap somewhere. No, I didn't want that. Ugh. There's still times where I hate OBS Studio. Alright. That's what it's supposed to be. Swap preview and output. So let's see if that works. Lowest latency you get is 9 seconds. Okay. So it's not that far off, Delvin, from normal. I still want to try and figure this out. Alright. Nope, it's not swapping. I guess OBS is good because it's free. But because it's free, it's cheap and hard to use. And stupid. Alright. I go back to this. Then I gotta redo this. Just because OBS is being stupid. Alright. And minimize. Okay. Looks like it's longer than 10-second delay on my end. But as long as you guys are seeing it and hearing properly, we'll see how the audio situation is once I switch off the gaming headset and go to the room microphone. But here we got some showers, and I've been watching these in Jersey. Wait for it, there we go. They're not really moving too much. Again, this is Radar Scope, not Radar Scope Pro, which I have on the Mac and the phone. This is only doing 6 images of a loop versus 20. I really want to wait. I really would like this to be longer than 6 frames, but there is no Radar Scope Pro option on the Windows computer just yet. Alright, those are pretty stationary there. So there's probably some flooding going on. Where are we? Around here. And towns? Any towns? No towns. There's no towns in that area. I think there would be towns, but it's not showing any. Alright, let's go up a bit more north. Let's see what's going on up here. It's moving. It's not as stationary as the storms were in Jersey. And let's go over the Boston's radar. Nothing really there yet, but let's go over the ice slip. Or Upton, I should say. Looks like that stuff will be slowly making its way into the Boston area. But, we'll be seeing, I guess, some more showers or possibly even some storms the next couple of days, Thursday and Friday. But this is the transition going into Florence. In the Northeast, for the weekend, it looks like we have high pressure in place and very strong high pressure. So it looks like a fairly nice day. Let me see what I can do here. Well, I'll bring this up in a second on the other computer. But the high, this is kind of the balance that Mother Nature always likes. Beautiful weather in one spot means devastating weather in another spot. All about checks and balances. Alright. And yes, Delvin, unfortunately, the sunset's now getting very early. That means winter is coming. Game of Thrones. But we got that around here. Let's go to a couple areas. So we're going to go in here before we get to all the hurricane stuff. Oh, there's even a flash flood watch for parts of Connecticut and the Hudson Valley. Even going through Massachusetts. Can I just do this? Sunrise. Actually, let me do set. Let me sunset. 7:10. And sunrise. So sunset technically just happened, it looks like. Sunrise. 6:35 a.m. I guess where you are, Delvin, the sunset is earlier. What? Let's see if we go a bit more north. Anything in the Binghamton? No, that was it. The flash flood watch, Eastern Ulster and Dutchess County there. Do I still have GR? I don't know if I still have the free version of this. Yep, trial period has ended. Alright. And yeah, I don't know if I want to purchase it for $200. Raymond, locally, chance of showers and storms next couple of days. Let me bring up the one-stop Moss. We'll look at the Moss data. We're not in Alabama. New York. Or, I'll even throw in Albany. Albany. Let's do where's White Plains. And let's do JF. Actually, no, New York City. And New Jersey. Newark. Oh, can't forget Islip. There's Islip. And also, I'm going to throw in Massachusetts. There we go. Boston. Alright, let's submit. So this is the Moss on this is going to be varying quite a bit. So where are we here? Boston. So this is the Moss data for Boston. I'm just looking at the dew points. Mid-60s to the low 60s, and then by the time we get to the weekend, it starts dropping to the upper 50s to the low 60s. And that's with the GFS on the NAM. Kind of the same story. Now where are we? We're going to Newark next in New Jersey. Dew points in the low 70s through today and going into tomorrow. Then for Friday it starts getting down into the 60s, and for the weekend starting to get into the mid 60s. So it's starting to get a little bit better. Same thing here on the NAM or the MET, the MAV and the MET. MEX, I don't really look at too much for the next couple of days, but this is good for the 7-day forecast. So, yeah, 60s, but then it gets a bit more humid going into Monday. But this Monday, Tuesday area, I think that may be when Florence is coming up our way into the Northeast, but nothing really with the devastation that we're going to be seeing with Florence and the Carolinas. Just a little bit of wind, a little bit of rain, nothing really too much for our area. Albany. Dew point in the mid-60s. Mid-60s, gets into the low 60s by the weekend there. Mid-60s, low 60s. And then dew point stays in there, low 60s. Okay. Ooh, skipped. Islip. A little bit more humid just because it's around the water quite a bit. Low 70s, upper 60s, mid 60s, low 60s. And where are we? New York City. This is Central Park specifically. Low 70s, upper 60s, mid 60s, low 60s by the weekend. That was the MAV. Here's the MET. Same thing. Low 70s, upper 60s, mid 60s, low 60s. What else have we got? White Plains. That's where the news station is that I work out of in Westchester. Low 70s, upper 60s, low 70s, upper 60s, mid 60s, low 60s. So it starts to get better by the weekend, which that's when that high pressure, that blocking pressure is going to be starting to set up. And let's see. Yeah, kind of looking the same thing. And that was the end here. Now, let me do the, we're going to go to Tropical Tidbits now. And then I'm going to go to the WSI Model Lab. But I have to log in, so I'm going to have to switch some camera stuff around. So, let's go Tropical Tidbits. I can close out of this one. Waiting for response. But overall, can't be reached. I am sure his website is being overloaded right now. Alright, well, there be Florence. For New York City, just saw Raymond. I just saw your question. Upton is in control with the New York City area. All right. So, and also, Delvin, I believe it was you we were talking about the GFS showing such a low central pressure. Well, let's watch it here, specifically on the GFS, which we're on right now, which it doesn't get that low. That was just ridiculously low. 901 millibars? That's just really unheard of for this area. Yeah, we're in the heart of the hurricane season, but that's a ridiculously strong hurricane. This is still a strong hurricane to it, and that's just like a bullseye with that low pressure there, 942. And let me just see if I go back. The landfall. It's not making land. This could be a little bit hard. Is there a region I could choose there? Yes. Alright, let's see once all these images load. I've heard of Typhoon Tip before, 874. Alright, now we can see a little bit more in the bullseye there. If we go frame by frame, right about there is where the GFS is saying landfall. And by definition, a landfall is when the eye wall crosses land, not the hurricane itself. Hurricane could be 500 miles long. 200 miles of the hurricane is over land, but that little bit of 50 miles to the eye wall, no, that's not a landfall. Yeah, but Delvin, once you get into the 800s with millibars, that again is ridiculously strong. Which the GFS was hinting maybe it was going to get into the 800s with the with Florence here. Still fairly strong, staying inland. Alright, you see how it doesn't really move too much there? Let me change the region back to... Actually, let me do Eastern U.S. So right here, I wish I could draw a picture. This is called a Rex block. I'm going to see if I can link... from the the National Weather Service. No, not really good. I don't want to use any copyrighted material. Well, this is the official National Weather Service definition that I'm going to drop into the chat. That's the official. Wait, what do you mean draw on the top right? With OBS or with this? That's notes. Oh. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Can I do it? Aha. Okay. You can tell I don't use Windows too much. Erase. Okay. We're gonna do... Can I change the color? Yes. Let's just do red. Alright. So, in the Northern Hemisphere, we have clockwise rotation around high pressure. And also in the Northern Hemisphere, we have counterclockwise rotation around low pressures. And thank you, Delvin, for the tip there. All right. All right, so here we got our high pressure, clockwise rotation, low pressure, which is Florence, counterclockwise rotation. Now let me change the color. Now this goes a little bit into physics. So you have what's called a net force. So this has, let me see if it grabs something. Okay, here we go. I got a hard drive. So I got a hard drive here. This has a certain amount of mass. That means that there's a certain amount of force that gravity is acting upon this hard drive. Now, to prevent this from just dropping, I have to push upward with an equal amount of force. Equal and opposite amount of force. Sound familiar? Equal and opposites. So we have a net zero force. Say I have, what is this? Let's say a pound, just to round it off. So say this has a weight, because weight deals with gravity versus mass, which deals with an object. The weight of this, let's say, is a pound. There's 1 pound of force from gravity interacting on this, pulling it downward. Then there's a pound of force that I'm pushing upward on this. Negative, so we got +1 and -1, meaning 0, meaning this is not moving. So then, if I start pushing upward with more than 1 pound of force, we would have, say, 1.5 pounds up, 1 pound down. That means I am putting a net ½ a pound of force onto this. Force is in newtons, so it's a little bit of a different unit, but that's where you get that net difference from. So that's the idea. Ooh. Good thing these hard drives are sealed. That's dusty. So say we have these two opposite motions, and I have the blue, so we're going to follow this here. I have the wind coming out of here, going down there, out of the high, and it's going to start spinning around the low here. And that's going to keep spinning around this side. And it's going to cross this way. Ooh, it goes a little bit off the graph there. This is weird drawing with the mouse. But essentially, you have a figure 8 motion here. And with this figure 8 motion, we would have the northerly movement canceled out by the southerly movement on both sides. That is called a Rex block. And the Rex block is named because of a gentleman that discovered it. His last name was Rex. Let me see if I can actually find that. Rex block. Ooh. Rex block discovery. So I want to see if the original. Here we go. The Rex block is named after Dr. Daniel F. Rex, who discovered and analyzed the pattern in 1950. Dr. Rex was a commander. Ooh, can I actually here we go. So this is a government document, so I can publicly send this to you guys. Ha! T-Rex. Yes, T-Rex founded it. Alright. So if you guys click on that link, it'll bring you to the National Weather Services, or NOAA, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, their description of Rex block. It goes into blocking itself, where it talks about in meteorology, blocking happens when centers of high pressure and low pressure set up over regions in such a way that they prevent other weather systems from moving through. And then this goes specifically into the Rex block with Dr. Daniel F. Rex. On, what is this? We got page 1, page 2, page 3. Page 4 is a much better representation of a Rex block versus my little drawing there. But, again, another Windows thing, I'm not sure. Rex block sounds weird because you would think T-Rex, which, Raymond, you're not too far off. When I first learned about Rex block, I was like, what's that have to do with a T-Rex? But, how do you take a screenshot? I want to try and see if I could screenshot this. And yes, the Greenland block, that has to do with the Icelandic low and the subtropical high. Opposite positions. But, this is kind of my attempt there at the drawing. So that figure 8 motion cancels out all east and westward motions. Or sorry, north and southward motions. It could still move a little bit east and west, but with the way the isobars are set up, and that image shows it much better than my drawing. Windows key plus print screen. Thank you. I will have this as the thumbnail for the archive after. Windows key plus print screen. Thank you. Gotta try and remember that. I saw the little dimming. Users, pictures, screenshots is where the picture saves. Alright. Thanks, Delvin. So, that is the Rex block. So let me X out of the little annotations. No, don't need to save that. And it just stays. But because we have the high pressure in north of Florence, in the northeast, we actually have pretty decent weather. Yeah, once you get, say, Albany and north, by the time we get to Sunday evening, yeah, there may be a little, and even Saturday evening, looks like some little blips of some showers. But overall, not that bad, especially for the tri-state region and east of New York City. And here comes the remnants of Florence. This is going into Monday, and this is Tuesday, so overnight Monday into Tuesday. That's Florence, bringing quite a bit of rain to northern New York State. And then going into New England, and it makes its way out by the time we get to a week from today. And here comes another high pressure. All right, that's the GFS. Let's go to the icon. Let me guys, let you guys, let me know if you guys want to see the Canadian. You know my opinions of the Canadian. You know Joe Chaffee's opinions of the Canadian. And I'm wondering. Where is Joe Chaffee live right now? Is he on Facebook or YouTube? I don't know why my computer is freezing up. Come on. Oh, my friend got married and uploaded his pictures. Alright. Besides that, let me try and find meteorologist Joe Chaffee. Is he live here? I don't see him live here. Let me go back to you guys. Here we go. YouTube. And yes, YouTube can Skype. Let me see if I can go to Joe Chaffee's YouTube. It'll be kind of a dualception. Alright, I see his. Oh, he's with Addison. Alright. Now I gotta try and find. Hold on. Let me switch this back first. Alright. Okay. And I'm on a Windows computer, so this should work. Here we go. Joe Chaffee. Let's see if they pick up. All right, so I Skyped him. I saw him. He's gonna try and see if he could get me in there. It looks like. Hello. I'm here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hi. Hello. Hold on, wait. Say that again? Okay, sure. I am. I hear you, but I don't see you. Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, yeah. I can hear you. I can hear you fine. Hello. Can you hear me? Ah, okay. Yeah, Hello? Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me now? Oh. Hello? Can you guys hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? All right. Ah, that might be why. All right. So we're dual streaming at the same time, and Delvin wants to say he's in both of our streams. All right. Hello. Can you guys hear me now? Fine. All right. Yeah, I always do the reference of the figure skater. I don't know if you guys talked about that with the figure skater's arms outward versus pulling tightly inward. Oh, you did? All right. So essentially, with that, with if you think of a figure skater with their arms spread outward, the bigger the storm gets, the slower the person is speaking or the spinning, I should say. Once they pull their arms inward with the figure skater, that has to do with the moment of inertia in the center of mass of that person. It has to do with the same thing with the hurricane. So as the hurricane kind of pulls itself more inward, you see those winds get faster. Yeah, and I was just looking at some of the comments. Anthony has joined me in my chat here, and he's talking about the exact same thing. Now, the other thing I was talking about just before I joined you guys was a Rex block. Did you guys talk about that yet?
Well, we talked about the upper high and how it's splitting in two, and then you've got another ridge that goes across the top of it. You know, by the way, we're TV guys because we talk with our hands all the time. But we didn't actually mention the Rex block. You go ahead and explain that.
Yeah, so this I actually looked up. There's a great article with the National Service. Discovery of the Rex block is everybody, and immediately when I first learned about it, thought of a T-Rex. Has nothing to do with that. His name is Dr. Daniel F. Rex, who discovered and analyzed the pattern in 1950. So what this has to do with is a high pressure system directly to the north of a low pressure system. In the northern hemisphere, we have clockwise rotation around a high pressure and counterclockwise rotation around a low pressure. When they're on top of each other, you get this kind of figure eight motion of the wind pattern, and that kind of cancels each other out. The example I was talking about with like forces was I have a hard drive here. Say this hard drive is 1 pound. I'm pushing upward with a certain amount of force while gravity is pulling downward with the same amount of force. That means it's net zero. So with this Rex block, it has a net zero movement.
Let me bring up what you're describing, okay? So everybody can see. I'll bring up the GFS upper air. Well, actually, I have the European. I guess that's as good as any. Um, I'll just widen up the picture here. We're going to disappear, or I'll minimize us here for a moment. Andrew, we can still hear you, just we can't see you right now at the same time.
Okay.
I need to talk. You and I need to talk because I got to figure out how I can get you a separate image of you another time. I'm going to get on the phone with you and you're going to talk me through it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got the European upper air, and we can go to. Actually, you can see what you've described going on for tomorrow in terms of the upper high kind of cradling around the hurricane.
And I'm pulling I have the Tropical Tidbits GFS up. There we go. Yeah, and that was showing pretty much same thing what you were looking at with the Euro, but the high to the north is kind of doing this figure eight motion with the wind flows.
Yep, and we were just for everybody listening that we were talking about blocking high pressure to the north. Yeah, the Rex block is the official name to it, but you can definitely see that it's doing exactly what Andrew was describing, getting this like figure eight motion right there in the winds, and also that it's not allowing that system to go northward because you would typically get tropical systems to travel, start curving up to the north, going through the Atlantic Ocean. This one is moving west and then southwest, so it's definitely an uncharacteristic motion. We're dealing with an uncharacteristic weather pattern. By the way, I'm going to bring up the satellite, and that's good. Yeah, that does. So Andrew, we're doing a little Brady Bunch thing here. I don't know if you can see.
I can see it.
I've got you in a box. I've got me, Addison and I in another box, and we've got Florence here on the visible as it goes to infrared. The eye looks still pretty impressive, though. The eye is still intact. Yeah. You're going through a little bit of that overcast cloud density layer being visible right on top of the eye. That's why you can't really quite see it all that well, at least in the visible imagery. Once it's switched to infrared, you can see it a little bit better. But what do you think, guys, about maybe the system might be going through an eye wall replacement cycle at some point soon? For you, Andrew.
Yeah, I'm looking at the satellite too that you have up. It almost kind of looks like it's starting, but I don't know if it would strengthen any more beyond that.
Replacement cycle.
Yeah, the eye wall replacement.
The southern quadrant, the southwest quadrant, looks a little slightly open. The Hurricane Center in their discussion didn't talk too much about this, about whether is there maybe a little bit of dry air that's getting trained in there, or if there's a little bit of shear going on, but they really didn't mention it.
And I'm just bringing up. I usually use the College of DuPage website for any kind of satellite stuff.
Do you see that differently? I'm curious.
Not really. Let me just see if I get a closer look.
Yeah, if you look at the last few frames, it looks like there's like it's a little open there on the southwest quadrant. Yeah, it's definitely looking a touch little ragged I should say, down across the southwestern quadrant. But maybe you see a little bit of some dry air trying to intrude across the area. In fact, the last frame or two, as I switched to infrared, you can see those clouds are a little bit thinner southwest of the eye. So yeah, that's why it's weakening a little bit. There's a little bit of some dry air trying to get embedded in there. Maybe that's coming in from land getting pulled into the system as it's approaching. But nonetheless, it's still going to be holding on very strongly, I believe, to a major hurricane. And in fact, Joe, just looking at the time, we should be getting an update from the National Hurricane Center, intermediate update coming up. And before we even do that, we have a pass. Andrew, I had to take you off the screen here for a second, but you're still with us.
All right.
I'm also on top of tidbits. Levi Cowan, by the way, he needs to be given some kind of award. But we do have the latest Air Force recon is flying in at the moment. I'm just trying to see because you have the satellite overlaid it, but it looks like he's actually in the southwest side. I'm just kind of getting a feel for the kind of winds he's seeing here. Actually, in the southwest side, there's 64 knot winds away from the center. And then you got 64 to 83 knots, 83 to 96 knots. Looks like at least on the southwest side, the strongest winds are not close to the actual center. They're actually a handful of miles to the southwest of the center, which means I think that might be leaning towards us seeing that Iowa replacement, because you can see right there, right where the towards the eye, but it's not clearly visible on the satellite. That might be what the new eye might be setting up. Andrew, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, hold on. I'm getting a little audio issue here with you. I'm hoping it's not popping too well. Let me bring you back. There you go. So, what do you think with respect to multiple landfalls here for tomorrow for areas in coastal North Carolina? I think it's certainly possible. When you've got models literally sitting it right on the coast, 15 miles, which is a great forecast, it can make a huge difference here for somebody.
I certainly think it's possible too, just because it's going to be stationary for a while, so it could do this little wobble back and forth.
Yep, we saw that with Faye going across Florida multiple times several years ago. Matthew going up the Florida coastal areas. I think 3 years ago, did a similar thing where just kind of wobbled right across the coast, just kind of bouncing back and forth over it, and you getting like this buzzsaw effect going right up the shore, which is devastating because a lot of people have a lot of homes out that way. A lot of people live over that way as well. Andrew, you froze on the video, but it's just as well because we're going to probably have to wrap it up here soon. So thanks for calling in tonight. And you know what? You certainly have an open invitation to come on anytime. So by all means, just whenever you see me, just give me a ring, okay?
Yeah, no problem. I was streaming, and then I got some comments saying that you were streaming at the same time, so I figured I'd jump in for a little bit.
Very good. There's no stream like a double stream.
Exactly.
Latest update, Andrew, while we have you briefly before we say goodbye.
Sure.
Now wind's down to 5 miles per hour. It's down now 115 miles per hour. Still category 3, and the gales extend up from the center. Still 195. Pressure has gone up to 956. So we are seeing some weakening here that's occurring. And that could be an eyeball replacement issue. Listen, this is good news actually if this is something that's a trend, because at least it takes the edge off the severity of the hurricane while it's offshore. So I just I can already envision, we don't even know what's going to happen yet. I'll save my comment for what I was thinking in my mind for another time. Andrew, I'll talk to you soon, okay, pal?
All right, I'll see you later.
Bye, see you, Andrew.
Bye. Bye, Addison. Alright, well, that was fun. Alright, let me check up on comments on this stream here. And Delvin, yes, I always like to join Joe Chaffee, and I didn't realize Addison was there tonight for the Joe and Joe show. Alright. So, this is the satellite. I use a different website than they were using. I just like this. This is where I learned in college. It's a College of DuPage. What they were talking about with that eye wall regeneration cycle. Right in the middle there. So you can see, let me pause these. Stop. Alright, so I stopped it right here. Alright, so this frame. Oh, and the game I am playing tonight, Raymond, it's called The Lab. And if you didn't catch in the beginning, VR. We're going to be playing some VR, virtual reality with that. Alright. That's going to be a little bit of a weird transition with live, but we'll just finish up with the Florence stuff, then we'll get into the VR stuff in a little bit. But that was the last thing I wanted to talk about with that Addison and Joe Chaffee were talking about as well. And if you look in the center of the screen here, this is the first frame of the loop. Pretty well defined eye right there, but as this is going through, see the eyes disappearing and what looks like a little bunch of clouds are kind of coming in, and then all of a sudden, too far back, right there, that eye shrinks. That's an eye wall regeneration cycle, what it looks like starting. So, with this, every hurricane goes through that. It can only sustain a perfect eye for so long, and then something influences it that makes the eye kind of disappear. And when the eye is starting to disappear, the pressure starts to go up, as Addison mentioned, that it was up about 5 millibars, I think he said, with the pressure. And that may be hinting at a regeneration cycle. Two flip sides to that. That could just mean Florence itself is weakening. If it is weakening, that's a very good sign, because as it's starting to barrel towards the Carolinas, if it's weakening, that's totally acceptable. If it's a regeneration cycle, that means it's about to strengthen, and that means it could even strengthen back up to a Cat 4. I don't know about that, but we'll see over the next, say, 12 hours if this turns out to be a regeneration cycle or just weakening. We'll see what happens with that. I'm also looking on the satellite here, if I just start the loop again, that the outer bands of clouds are starting to get into South Carolina there. Georgia here has some little thunderstorms popping up. I don't know if those are entirely related to Florence. They may be, but yeah, South Carolina is starting to see those outer bands of clouds coming in. I'll see if I could get the radar kind of popping up on this because of the GOES 16. But the other thing I do want to show you here before we switch. So, as I mentioned with the Rex blocking stuff, low pressure systems in the northern hemisphere, they have counterclockwise rotation. So around the eye, we have counterclockwise rotation. And that's low pressure, so everything wants to go towards the center and then go up. Rising motion. That's what creates convection. When the rising motion hits the top of the atmosphere, the troposphere specifically, it has to go outward somewhere. So we see, especially in that outer band that's going into the coast, it has almost a clockwise rotation out in the outer bands there. That means this is also a very strong and still pretty healthy system. If we have counterclockwise flow in the center, going into clockwise flow on the outside. So that means it's a strong system. And let's go into now the GOES 16 viewer. Alright, let me see if I could change continental, regional, sub-regional. No, regional. No, it's missing that area. There we go. And we are going, not visible. Let's do, we'll get to water vapor in a second. I just want to see long wave infrared. All right. There's the eye. I'm glad they have the dirty long wave. Clean long wave. Not sure what the difference is between those. Oop, not water vapor. I didn't want water vapor. Oh, short wave. Come on, give me short wave. Doesn't look like it's going anywhere. I'm sure all of these hurricane-specific sites, or just satellite sites, are getting pretty active. Maybe? Can't be reached. Well, I'm sure all these sites are going. Hi, Amy. Amy Anderson, thank you for joining. How are you doing, Amy, tonight? And yes, the dew point is usually higher with the hurricanes. Because essentially what dew point is the amount of moisture in the atmosphere. And tropical systems have a lot of warm weather and a lot of moisture. So the dew point tends to be higher with hurricanes. I don't know why that website was not working. Here we go. SATRAD. Experimental goes 16. Shortwave. Now let's see if it goes. Alright. So this is what we were kind of looking at before. Regular. This is called shortwave. Can I get regional? Sub-regional. There we go. And how do I get motion? Where's the motion? Oh, there it is. Yeah, Joe said he was still running his stream, but it was having some issues with the Skype, so we're gonna have to figure out another way to do this. And hello, Amy. Yes, I am a meteorologist. I'm a meteorologist on FiOS 1 News with Joe Chaffee and Addison, so we all kind of work together. I work the weekends. They work during the week. But right here, that's still the question mark I'm having. Is this a regeneration cycle, or is this Florence actually weakening? There's nothing really to indicate it's going to weaken. It's still over warm water, which the ocean temperature needs to be right around 80 degrees or more. And Amy, no, I am not. Oh, Delmoon. I'm still wondering if there's any shot of cooler fall weather. That will be another video. So, Amy, if you haven't, anybody watching that hasn't, hit that subscribe button below so you get all the latest weather updates. Also, game streaming, because that's what we're about to do next in the next hour. And that will go a bit more into something new I haven't tried before. Oh, and Amy, I don't know if you heard, but no, I'm not. And Amy, thank you so much. All right. Big question mark again. Oh. Okay, high court. Don't know. Don't say that. Oh, it looks like Cortana. I said it without triggering it. um, did something weird and triggered by accident. All right. Oh, the last thing I do want to see in this view is water vapor. Where particle size, mid-level, upper level. Oh, we got all the water vapors. Let's go lower level first, because kind of similar to what we were talking about last time. I kind of go from bottom up versus Joe Chaffee, I think, tends to forecast more from top down. And for the Gmail, that will stay private, but I'll send you an email that we can then talk. There. So, Amy, you can email me there first, right? weatherchaserconsulting.com. So that's my actual business. So I'm a weekend meteorologist at 501 News, but I am also the chief meteorologist at Weather Chaser Consulting. All right. That is low level. Let's check mid level. Eventually. There we go. Blue is dry. Green is moist. And you can very clearly see that outward flow. That clockwise outward flow. All right. And last, upper level. Come on, you do motion. There we go. And upper level, still showing. See that eye wall shrinking? And right there, that may be a hint that it's on the regeneration cycle. Okay, that's the last one. So here and here. See that? It kind of fell apart a little bit. Let me see if I can drag this slider. That may be the new eye that's coming out. Amy, that's a odd question, but when I stand up with the VR, you'll see I'm wearing shorts. So, let me see here. So it's going to be a little bit weird, tricky to get the audio switched over to the room microphone. Alright, but let's try it. Alright, so I'm going to close out this, close out our radar. For right now, I'm going to bring this back up full screen. Oops, nope, too much. There we go. And fade. So there. Alright, let's see here. Actually, for this, we're probably going to have to turn the air conditioner off, but that'll be a little fine. The light, gonna have to change that. So that's gonna stay off to the side there. Alright. Let me see if I can figure this out. I think this was 200. There we go, Yeti. Hello. You may hear a little echo right now. Give me a second. Switching over. Now this should be irrelevant. Let's see if I can hold this off to the side. And Amy, I did see. There we go. And I just responded back. So, the way this kind of works, and I'm going to need this. If it's very low right now, give me a second, I have to stand in the right spot. Let's see if this will work. Open over a little more here. Okay. This is weird because the audio is here, the camera's there, but I'm mostly just going to be facing this way. This is a VR headset. Specifically, this is the Oculus Rift. And wow, that's quite a big delay. Delvin, I know you're my audio guy. How's the audio sound with this microphone here? Needs to go up or down, let me know, but while I'm actually in this, I may not be seeing the chat too well. Oh, first I have to actually plug these in. Headset's plugged in. Let me see here. Let's see how this audio is. It looks like I have a little turn knob on there. It went up a bit. Yes, it's going to be a little bit echoey. Just because the room itself is a little bit echoey. But headset's plugged in. There's three sensors. It does a triangulation. It does one here, one here, one over there. And that triangulates where I am in real time. Don't know. There. This camera can actually see, this webcam, those infrared dots that are on the front, the sides, and the back. That is what the system uses to triangulate where you are. And to get hands in there, you got these guys. You see it ever so slightly, all those dots. That's actually a scrape on this one. And this. All those dots. Okay, good. A little bit louder. I turned the gain up on my microphone there, which is a Blue Yeti, which is really great. So these will be on in a second. Let me see. It'll be a little bit awkward here. Got that ready. I'm going to load up a couple different ones, and then we're going to go into the lab, it's called. And that's what Steam VR. Hello, Dio. Thanks for joining. So, Dio, you are joining after the weather discussion part, and now we're about to do some virtual reality. Let me just see if I get the game actually going first. The lab, this is actually a really fun game. Alright. So you can see what I see. There. Let me switch this back. Where's OBS? There's OBS. Alright. Alright, let me get into VR. So now I can't see you guys. I can kind of see through the nose piece there. But trust me, I am in a virtual reality. And I think you should be hearing the desktop audio as well. I can kind of see you through the peak there. I just can't see what's on here. So I can see kind of in there. Alright. So this is really fun. This is more of a demo-y kind of thing, but I really like it. So you're actually seeing the controllers here. Got a little robot pooch. He likes to be pet. So these are the game controllers with each hand, and this makes it feel really, really immersive. So the first one I like is going to be this one. Now, if any of you guys, see over here, if any of you guys have actually played kind of arcade games, this would be an interesting one. The other thing I think I might be able to see, no I can't, so what I have to do to actually see the chat, I'm just got to take this off for a second. Alright. Just checking the chat, going back in. And what's really cool, when I put the hands, so right now my hands aren't in VR, but when I put the handsets down, I can see through the goggles where the handsets are, which is kind of really cool. And these are called pocket universes in this game. So there's a universe in there. The same thing with all of those. So let's go into this one first, and I just throw it at me. Alright. So this is going to be kind of like an arcade game, but you are in the arcade, and it's really freaky. So essentially, I grab this. My hand becomes the ship. And let's try classic. And I gotta move around. It gets really intense at points. Whew. Woo, woo. Whew. Alright, he's kind of broken. Alright, here comes the next round. Whew. Whew. Ooh, this is getting intense. Woo! I don't think I can get that. Oh my god. Oh. Just checking the chat audio. Alright, going back in. This is just so cool. It's just there. Alright, let's try the other mode. Whew. Whew. Oh, this is getting crazy now. Whew. This feels literally like the future is right now. Holy crap. Oh. 12,064th place. And to get out of this, I press this, the bubble comes back up, and we're back in. Back in the lab. Alright. It's crazy. So that was the arcade one. The other kind of fun one, here's a little pup, is this one over here. Oh, the other thing I'll show you guys with VR. So, besides the handles, the grips, controllers, I can't see the real world. So I don't know where I'm standing besides the edge of my bed. You kind of feel that. But anything else, like the television's right there. To prevent me from going into the television, if I move the controller even too close, see? That is a grid. So I can see anywhere in this grid is safe. Beyond that, like I know the closet's right there. So in order for me to not hit the closet door, once I approach that and I kind of see the overlay, I know I'm too close to that wall. I know I'm following right here, the television's in the front there, and I know I'm safe up to this point. Same thing over here. Even though over on this side, I can go a little bit further because the computer stuff's there, but the desk and the chair is kind of right over here. And then I can kind of walk back this way. Now I don't know. I think I'm off camera. But I can kind of go around this way and walk through here. This is a small area for VR that I have. You can get very large areas, like a 10-foot by 10-foot area. Alright, let's go into this game. This is a very fun game. This little pocket. And these, even though they look like basketballs, they don't bounce. They're highly explosive miniature black holes. Yet, I can't make it explode. Whew, where'd it go? Alright, so this is kind of an addicting part. Alright, so here, you are considered a calibrator. Calibration is just destroying these things. So I'll move up here. This is the thing to grab. The most destruction you want to cause here. Ooh. Those boxes you want. I think I lost one. There we go. There we go. There's some explosives. Oh, I missed. Now this blue one is called a tracer core. It's a tracer, so instead of having to guess where it's going, I know where it's going. Just gotta send a text. There was a whole bunch of new iPhones announced today. Well, there's no. There we go. Alright. Oh, I missed. I don't know if that's gonna do anything. Maybe. There we go. Some stuff. Tracer. Woo! Woo! That was close. Ah! Speaking of weather, this is the climate change thing. Let's see if I can get it just into there. Nope, nothing. Let's get into some of these. That one. Apparently these things will kill us all. Alright. Now the big explosion is this one. Oh, that was slightly off. Nope, didn't do anything. Oop, another miss. That was probably it. Not my highest. Before I do that again, make sure that I remember talking to the microphone. I'm asking a question. Has anybody done VR before? And thank you for joining, Anthony. Alright, back in. Kind of a weird feeling jumping in and out of realities, kind of. Alright, let's do this again. Alright. I'm pretty sure there's also some, like, boxing ones. There we go. Now stay. No, it's moving. Oh, lost it. little bit more clear. Ooh, too low. I'm wasting some. And it shows you kind of floating here, your last shot. That was there. I gotta go down more. There we go. Nope, nothing. Too high to the right. Ooh, so close to that one. There goes some. Ooh. Oh, so close. I think there's no more. So, I'm going to go for the big explosion. Right in here. Ooh, that went through. I don't know if you could hear it. Rhythm. Ooh. $30. $30,708,499.68. Yay, I'm fired. So now I press the button, the universe pops up, and I go back into the next one. I would say if you can, VR is really cool. Although, I remember the first time I went in and out of VR, it was kind of weird and disorienting. It gave me a headache, but kind of get used to it. Alright, going back in. So that was the calibration. Oh, here's a little pup. He likes getting pet under his chin. I guess just like a real dog. The archery one was kind of interesting. So this is archery. Longbow. This one was actually kind of straining on my left arm because I actually do archery. And a little strain on the neck, I guess, too. I haven't done archery in a while. So this is the setup here. You're basically stationed there. There's some TNT barrels there. And there. This is kind of the oddest setup of a fort that I've ever seen before. But that's your target. So let's go in. See? The horde is threatening your castle. And if I want, flaming arrow. Ooh. There we go. You can tell I'm actually good at archery in real life, too. Ooh. Oh, he jumped. Ooh. Ah, good shot. Ooh, he jumped again. Need a flame. Ooh. That was close. Ooh. Oh, so close. Come on. There we go. Okay. Now a little break. If you want some target practice, yes, I am that good in real life. Going back in. I haven't done archery in a while, so that muscle. But I really don't have a spot to do real archery anymore. I got my bows, I should say. If anybody's done archery, definitely let me know in the comments. I have recurve. I don't have a long bow, but I've shot long bows before. And a compound bow is what I have for hunting. Alright. And basically it's take as long as you need to rest until next one's ready. Whew. Why am I not doing that? Ah. There we go. Flame on. Oh shit. This guy's gonna be first. Whew. Ooh, that was a close one. Oh shit. And with real archery, you don't have this just reappear. Ooh. Oh, so close. Oh, it doesn't count anymore. Whew. Where am I? And there's my rankings over there. Alright. What time is it? 8:53. I was planning on going. Oh, I got sore there. Planning on going maybe until 9. If anything, we'll do this one until I just die. See, well done. Take a moment to rest. This is a recurve bow. Alright. Ooh, hit the goggles. Alright. And everything resets, which I like. Down here is kind of the kill box. Ooh. 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 They got in. Alright. Rank 142,292. And Anthony, I see you haven't either. I grew up kind of outdoorsy, so I like archery. Alright. Now, has anybody played the game Portal or Portal 2? It was Valve. This is the same company. That's the Portal people. Whew. That's the sensors. So since I'm not turning the camera to show you the sensors, that's a sensor, that's a sensor, that's a sensor. So it's kind of triangulating everything. I just don't know what happened. Hold on. Oh, it quit? An error occurred. Hold on. Alright, what happened here? Sorry guys, give me 1 second. Alright, Lou, give me a second here to try and figure out what went wrong. And Anthony, yes, that's a possibility. But I just put in the comments there. So it's either shear or something starting to weaken it, or it's called the eye wall regeneration cycle. That's where the perfect sphere of an eye can't last forever, even in strong hurricanes. So something like a bump in the road makes that eye fall apart, and then it weakens a little bit, but then it comes back even stronger. So that's the fear of what's happening right now. Alright, let me see if I can still figure out what went wrong here. It says it's running. I might have to quit VR. Also, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Alright, there we go. I think the regular audio is back on. So let me see if I can figure out what went wrong here. says the game is running. But it's not. I gotta figure that out. Exit Steam VR. Let me see if I can quit it. Okay, I think I just quit it. Alright, let's try this. Let's try launching it again. Hello, Tech Man. Alright. I think I got it. Yep. Alright. Ooh. It would help if I put this back up here. There we go. And go back to the game. And it gives that warning because, if you saw, it wasn't tracking. See if I can minimize that. There we go. Alright. So, you can also kind of see, I'm looking at you not wearing it. But as the head turns, you can see what's in the game. It's just weird that I'm looking at the screen right now and it looks flat. But then when I put this on, it's just so real. It's just kind of, you're looking at it like through a screen door. It's kind of a weird sensation. And the glasses kind of give some issues just because these are wider glasses. Alright. Yeah, this does not look flat whatsoever. Alright. The other thing you gotta watch is the tail, or I kind of think of it as the Avatar people. What are they called? I forgot, from the movie Avatar, I forgot what those people are called, but that's kind of like the hair. Wait, that's the thing quitting that specific one? I don't know what's going to be on the screen now. Nope, it's not on there. Okay. Nope. Nothing. Failed to start app already running. It's not running though. Alright, now I can actually see. Ha! This is kind of fun. I am controlling what you guys are seeing. Can I do this carefully? Aha! Nope, don't go back. I might have to do this with the actual mouse. Yeah. More. Yeah, it says it's running. let's try and figure this out again. It's kind of... I usually like to do this to prepare it. Yeah, the headset is connected, but it's not tracking. There. So now it should be tracking, but I don't know why. That specifically is having issues. Alright. I don't know why, I'm just trying to figure this out. Also getting rid of all the other stuff that I had up. There we go. Try and go back into Steam. This happened once before. What I actually had to do was restart the whole computer, which I'm not going to bother with. Alright. Also, if anybody wants to friend me on Steam, name's right at the top, or was at the top. Birdie Every Hole. Golfer. Let's try and get back into this game. Alright, let's try it again. Alright, looks like the game loaded up again. Okay, let's try this. Maybe not necessarily that one specific. Alright. Alright, if you guys can hear me, I got back up. I don't know why the camera's not showing up. I tried unplugging the camera just now. It's just not registering the camera. Alright. I'm gonna have to call it here, unfortunately. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the VR experience, but you also got to experience the issues of gaming with Windows. They crash, and they will be crashing, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Tomorrow, remember, is going to be try and get a tropical update going. But this is meteorologist Andrew Pinero, even though you can't see me. Have a good night, everybody.